I just looked on. I used to watch a lot of NFL. My family's a big football team, and so I just wanted to be like them. So I started playing football like around 6 or 7. I've been doing it for 6 years, and the NFL inspired me to keep playing.
Sure. So Andre, tell me this: how do you feel about being in the championship on tomorrow night? And what was the outcome last year? Did you guys win it last year?
Yeah.
Yes. I got you. So tell me, how's it feel to be back in that place again?
It's really normal to me now.
I hope you heard that.
So, really, I'm just trying to play the whole time.
Gotcha. Andre?
Yeah, going based off what he said. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Gotcha.
He said.
So, Coach, you guys are back in this championship game, but tell me, what's the difference between last year and this year? Obviously, the outcome is the same. You're back in the championship. But what were the differences between last year's team and this year's team?
Last year, I was coming in last year, was my first year at John Marshall. So, like I said, coming in and setting the discipline and the standard. Now that our discipline is set, the standards there, it's just retooling the guys coming in. So, I mean, but this year was a bit of a challenge as well because, like I said, we played 4 undefeated teams. So everybody's bar is already coming after you being the champion. So we had to come up for those games, and Belle Isle gave us a tough run. Webster, we had to fight back to beat Webster last week. Taft was a good one for us. They was undefeated when we played them as well. So when you have all those teams gunning for you because of where you've been, it adds another challenge.
So let me ask you this question, which is a little bit off script. So when I think about the NFL, I think we are seeing more parity, right? I think teams are closely matched together. When you look at college football, I think with the birth of the portal, it has brought parity.
Yeah.
Obviously, based on there being 4 undefeated teams in middle school, just in Oklahoma City, what do you think about the overall athletic programs in OKCPS? Because that's a lot of good teams.
Yeah, the competition was really balanced out this year. I mean, it's going to come down to coaching and discipline. So usually those teams that are undefeated that wind up on the other side, they wasn't disciplined here or there. A blown assignment here, and that can be the difference in the game. Like I said, Webster was up 8-0 for, I think, to the third quarter we scored, third quarter. Then they blew assignment. We got a tackle for a loss. We got the ball back, and we scored with 17 seconds left. And all they could do is get that return. And they fumbled that, and it was over.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even understand that when we say that this game is a game of inches or it's a game of discipline or all of that, it is really true. So Andre and Andrew, tell me this. What position you play, and tell me what is the thing that you really like about being in that position?
My favorite, or my position is quarterback. And my favorite thing about it is really, I always like leading the team basically. Like, in case somebody don't know what they're doing, I could help them because they most likely come to me. So it's really just helping the team.
Gotcha. Andre?
I play running back, and what I like about running back is, running the ball really, and like doing big moves, going out, getting like 10 yards. And yeah, it's just hearing the crowd like, oh, Andre, this, that. But yeah, that's what I really like about running back.
So let's go back to you, Andrew, and then to you, Andre. What has been your favorite play, your favorite moment this far, until tomorrow night when you create a completely different one?
My favorite play was whenever we played Webster. I had scored with 17 seconds left to win.
Okay. You scored? What was the play?
It was really just a quarterback sneak for real.
Okay. All right. Andre?
My favorite play is when we played Webster and Andrew threw a good ball and I caught it. And I'm known for not being able to catch. That's why I feel like so I was like, wow, I really did that. So, but yeah, that's my favorite play.
At least you're honest. But listen, just keep trying. Just stick your hands up there. You never know what happens sometimes. So Coach, you tell me, man, what has been up until tomorrow? Tell me what's been your favorite moment thus far with this team.
My favorite moment is just seeing the improvement, the day-to-day improvement. We do film study, so when they start knowing the things that I'm looking for, or they see their mistakes and knowing that they go into high school prepared, because that's what all high school is preparing from the film study. It's not really the field, more say than middle school. You can really have just the field, but breaking down the film and getting them ready for the next level is what my main goal is.
So tell me what preparation looks like this week. So let me adjust the question. Tell me what practice looks like, but then tell me what your mentality is with your team going into the championship week. Like, so last week, what was practice looking like?
So we knew that we need to clean up some tackling. It was cold, so you don't really want to tackle in the cold. You don't want to get hit in the cold. So then we
You didn't cancel because it was cold?
Oh, no.
Okay, all right.
We don't cancel practice. We don't cancel practice.
Practice?
Yeah, so after a game, we'll do our treatment and film, always treatment and film the next day. So let's look at our mistakes. Let's clean up our bumps and bruises. Then we'll go full pad. Thursday is our contact day. So if we lacked on tackling, we tackling. Lacked on blocking, we getting sled work. So we're going to fix everything that we need to polish up. It's not truly broken. It's just we need to clean it up some. And a few weeks back, before that, it was our passing game. We had to clean up the passing game. So it's all about watching the film, and they know, hey, yeah, coach, we got to get better right here.
Sure. The fact, guys, and I'll start with you, Andrew and Andre, what do you feel like, because I got to remember, well, to be quite honest, I didn't play football until I got to high school, so I never really played middle school football. But I don't remember, and matter of fact, Oklahoma City didn't have middle school athletics at that point. But I've never heard of middle school kids watching film. So what do you feel like, and I think it's great, though, what do you feel like the advantage is that you guys get to watch film? What is that like for you, Andrew and Andre?
I feel like really people they're gonna start doing good when they see they doing bad on film because they don't want to get clowned in there. So really, people they just gonna fix their mistake. They're gonna see where they did wrong, and then the next day we gonna go outside and fix it.
Sure. So Coach, are you just watching film on yourself, or do you get to watch film on the other team as well?
We catch opponents as well here
Sure.
and there. So, like this past week, we watched our game from Webster, so we know we can be better at. We watched some of Moon. Moon got a few good guys over there. They got a running back that runs through trash really, really well. We know we can't arm tackle them. So we formed a good game plan and know we got to clean up the tackling and bring the effort.
Sure. Andre, how do you think watching film benefits you?
It benefits me by, like, seeing my bad plays and seeing how I correct it the next time we play. Because this upcoming game, I can't be having, like, missed tackles like that. I need to run a lot harder. And so, yeah, film helps me to, fix my mistakes.
Coach, I honestly, I've been on this radio show for a little while now, and I've talked to several coaches. I've not heard a middle school coach say they're watching film. I could be wrong, and it just hadn't come up. But when I played NFL, just briefly, the whole team would watch special teams. And literally, for you to make a mistake in that film room, and that coach keeps running that thing back.
Film don't lie.
Coach Gary Gibbs used to always say, the eye in the sky does not lie.
Doesn't lie.
And so, Coach, what are some of the other things that you do in terms of coaching to prepare your team outside of just practice? What is the mental approach that you share with your
Our
athletes?
biggest thing for our program is our grade checks on Wednesdays. Coming through scanner, they know, get the grade checks. If you don't have it, you got to pay the bank, so.
Now tell me that when you got to pay the bank, that doesn't sound very good. What is paying the bank?
What is paying the bank?
I ain't never got no
200-yard rolls. I haven't did it yet. I'm doing
200-yard rolls?
Yeah.
Depending on your offense.
Yeah. Sometimes it be
Basically,
100.
Just a workout after practice.
I don't want to pay the bank. It doesn't sound like that's something you want to do. So again, academics, paying the bank. Let's start with you, Andrew, then Andre, and then Coach, I'll come to you. Tell me, what is the one word or phrase that you would use to describe your team this year?
I really don't know. I'm not gonna lie.
It's okay. We'll let Andre go, and we'll come back to you if you think about it.
Let me think.
One word or phrase. What is the team mantra?
I gotta say, low-key fast.
Low-key fast?
Yes, fast.
They tell me, and I saw a little bit of the speed out there. They tell me Fred can run pretty fast. What do you say, Coach? I'll come back to you, Andrew. What is that one word or phrase? If you
Flexible.
flexible.
We're very flexible. We can rotate guys in a whole lot of different positions and put a lot on them. So we're a real flexible team.
Gotcha. So, Coach, tell me what kind of offense you guys run, what kind of defense you guys run, and then why. Why do you feel like that is the most successful kind of system or scheme for you guys?
We run a spread offense mixed with some power in there. Very little counter this year, ran counter last year. Defense, we run a 4-2-5. It allows us to be flexible with our body size and our speed. So we go that route, really. The 4-2-5 has been strong for us. I've been running 4-2-5 last 6 years.
Gotcha. So, did you think of that word or that phrase yet?
It's really 2 words. It's just hard work for.
Hard work?
Yeah, hard work.
No, that's acceptable. And tell me why. Why do you think hard work sums up your team?
Because from whenever we first started, I'm not gonna lie, we was not looking it. And then after the first game, we started getting more confidence because they canceled like our first 2 games. So everybody, they were just getting ahead of themselves. But
gotcha. So let me ask you this: what is the one thing that you've learned on the field that you've taken to life, to your school or just to your everyday life? So they call that a transferable skill. So what is that on that football field that you've learned that you believe now that you have integrated into your life?
You really can't give up after one mistake.
That is so good. And I think if I can be social here, what they call social emotional education, I think the fact that when student athletes learn that, hey, I can overcome a mistake, I can get a second chance, that helps in the classroom, that helps on the football field, that helps just in your emotional health to say life doesn't end in this bad moment. Not to talk about myself, I dropped a pass on the ESPN Classic game playing Syracuse, Donovan McNabb, and I really could have had my head down because this isn't a drive to go forward, but Coach told me he'll throw it to me again next week. So, right, that's really good. I really appreciate that. Andre?
Mine just keep pushing because, when tough times, like you can't, you get scared about this test you finna do, you just keep pushing. Keep your mind set forward, and you're going to, whatever outcome it is, it's what it is.
Sure. Coach, anything you want to add to that?
I just try to tell them, hold yourself accountable and have adversity when it don't go your way. So you got to be able to know how to deal with the situation no matter which way it goes.
Gotcha. So Coach, you've been coaching now at John Marshall for how long?
It's my second year at John Marshall.
Second year, been coaching for a little while. Tell me, who are your coaching influences, right? And then who are you talking to kind of glean from to become a better coach?
I go to coaches clinics to learn some stuff, but as far as this year, I went to our feeder school because I wanted to see some of the stuff they're doing so I can implement some of that so my guys are ready. So I just try to coach football. Football's
Sure.
It's still running and passing. You only can do 2 things with it. So
yeah. Who inspired you to start coaching anyway?
It was actually Mr. Booth, he was our security guard when I was at John Marshall. Yeah, he had passed away. I talked to his daughter the other day, but he was like, "Hey, you can't leave from the back when I'm late to school." So that's where I started, and I got some of those phrases and added a little to it, use it on them all the time. Well, yeah, he the one that said I was gonna be a coach when I'm done.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So, Coach, tell me what your conversation with your student athletes about going to high school, obviously, but then even their aspirations beyond high school, maybe even to play college football?
Yeah, I tell them pursue and try everything till you can't. I mean, you don't get to be like, I'm 25, let me go do middle school wrestling. Like, you're here now. It's
Sure.
in front of you now, so let's try it now.
Sure. So, as you anticipate tomorrow, Brother Andrew, tell me what you're feeling like right now. Tell me those emotions that you are experiencing, and you have the fact that you played in it last year. So tell me what's going through your mind right now.
I already know what's gonna happen. Like, I already lived it before. It's just a different team this time, so
Sure.
I'm already ready. And then I'm really trying to beat them because they had beat us last year. So I'm really just ready.
All right, Andre.
Yeah, I'm ready. Like, I've been thinking about this game all day, every day, until this point. So yeah, I'm just, cause they beat us last year. Ooh.
All right, so
Heat it.
let me ask the real question. 2 questions. What are you eating tomorrow before the game? And what are you listening to before the game?
I really don't know what I'm gonna listen to, or I don't know what I'm gonna eat. Most likely, I'm gonna try and wake up. I don't even know.
Do you have a pregame ritual or routine that you go through?
I just don't try and eat heavy.
Gotcha. Jay, what you got?
Music. I don't really listen to music. I just listen. Yeah.
Andrew, tell us the truth. He listening to Little Baby?
Probably.
But eating wise, I try to eat like something casual in the morning, like a bagel. Then probably skip lunch because we eat before the game. So yeah, I just eat something light. Then I just watch motivation, quotes and stuff, like never
Gotcha.
give up, stuff like that.
Gotcha. So, Coach, you tell me what's going through your mind now. What will tomorrow's pregame look like for you?
I try to keep every game regular schedule. Ain't gonna change nothing.
Yep.
This is what got us here. So
You listening to some music? You reading some inspirational quote? Or you eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
no, I ain't doing peanut butter and jelly. I might have a Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich.
So I was gonna say chicken, but I was like, I ain't gonna say it because I want the chicken sandwich. I don't want the peanut butter and jelly.
No, I'm not doing a peanut butter and jelly.
Hey, listen, we're about to take off, but listen, I want to go down really quickly. Tell them who are listening and watching who you would like to say thank you to for making this possible.
I really just want to say thank you to my coaches, my football teammates, my family, and that's really it.
All right, Jay.
I want to say thank you to my coaches, football players, my quarterback, my family, and that's it.
All right, Coach Caldwell.
I'd say my wife, my family, my admin team, and just the whole OKCPS athletics.
Listen, I'm going for both teams tomorrow, but just FYI, I went to John Marshall. So I'm
There
not
you
saying
go.
nothing, but I'm saying something. Hey, listen, thank you for listening to OKCPS Coaches Show here at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. We'll be right back on the other side.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune in to my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Don't miss Power Days at Bob Howard CJDR. We're powering up with our biggest deals ever, like $15,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab trucks. BobHowardCJD.com. See deal for details.
Nissan has a car for every driver who wants more. More action. More fun. More guts. More head turns. More adventure. More electric. At Nissan, more is all we do.
Save on stuff you really need and stuff you bought for fun. Stuff you've always really wanted this holiday at Amazon. Stuff that is discounted if you're naughty or you're nice. Stuff to buy your grandma who drinks her Chardonnay with ice. Stuff to make you big and strong. Stuff we can name in this song. Stuff for lawns and decking halls. Save big on stuff at Amazon. Stuff.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
With Thunder flexible ticket plans, you can see your Thunder your way. Mix and match games to fit your needs. With packages that start at just 4 games. Build your plan at OKCThunder.com/partial plans.
Snap into action this NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/win and kick off the NFL season. That's FanDuel.com/win. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Must be present in a state where lawful to wager, must be 21 plus and present in select states. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino LLC. First online real money wager only, $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Tennessee, and Virginia. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona, 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana, 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com in Kansas, 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana, visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland, visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia, or call 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelpma.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Sky Rizzy is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Sky Rizzy. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Sky Rizzy, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Sky Rizzy, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizzy.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZY to learn more.
Escalade IQ, this the intro to the all-electric Cadillac perfected like Zoom. And on a full charge, you get 450 miles without the stop. Haiku. This is what I do. Daddy fat intellect since '92. Linked all the way back, panoramic roof. Come with 24-inch rim standard. Ooh, why? Shawty don't kill him. Cadillac diamond in the back, cold chillin'. And when I'm on attack, on the track is no ceiling. Sky's the limit. You hear me? You hear me? Straight drop, no parachutes. Lay lines like a longitude and latitude. Deal it, beloved. Clearly, we're hustling. Bussin'. Truckin'. Cadillac.
For more on the Escalade IQ, visit Cadillac.com.
Available late 2024. GM estimate 450-mile range. On a full charge based on development testing and/or analytical projection. Consistent with the CHA 1634 revision 2017 MCT. Range subject to change prior to production. Annual rates may vary based on service factors, including ambiance temperature, terrain, battery age, and condition loading, and how you use and maintain your vehicle.
And we are back here at the OKCPS Coaches Show at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Got it together that time. Sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods, Bedford's Photography, Big O's Pork and Dream, Impressions Printing, Metro Technology Centers, Kai's Concepts, Perry Publishing and Broadcasting, and the Oklahoma City Dodgers Foundation. Hey, listen, we just had John Marshall Middle School football who playing in the championship tomorrow, and now we are joined by the Northwest class and high school esports team. But let me just mention for all of you who want to stay tuned tonight for Monday Night Football when the Chargers take down the Jets. So if you're a Jets fan, I'm sorry. Call the radio station and talk to Wes, and he'll give you a Kleenex. Hey, guys, we have with us student athletes from the Northwest class and high school esports team, Dorian Harden and Andrew Gregory, and they are coached by Coach Martinez. Hey, good to have you guys on tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
I'm so excited. Is this your first time?
It is.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Oh, guys, I hope I hope I do a good job to help you having a wonderful experience.
Thank you, sir.
So far, so good?
Yep.
All right,
So
cool,
far,
cool
yeah.
beans. All right, so Mr. Gregory, tell me a little bit about how you got involved in esports, and then we'll ask you, Dorian, and then Coach, I'll come to you with some questions.
So 2 years ago, esports was founded basically at our high school, and I was one of the first few people, the founders, you may call it.
You are a founder.
And it was a hard process because they were trying to get it in freshmen, but nothing. But we got it going this year and last year, and it keeps on getting more and more people.
Cool. Dorian?
Well, I'd say about a year ago is when I joined, back when I was a freshman. Last year, I couldn't really find a good talent that I was interested in school. So I found out about esports that some of the teachers around the school told me about. So I decided, hey, I might as well try this out, see how well I do in it.
Sure. So, Coach Martinez, so tell us, novice who have very little knowledge about esports, kind of give us the elementary version. Esports for dummies. Tell us.
For dummies.
Yes.
So, esports for dummies, I guess the best way to put it is think of it like, depending on the game, usually you got your game of chess where you need to think a lot of critical thinking, and then you got wrestling where like you are trying to beat the other person, right? Whether it's through submission or knocking them out in some way. Think of those as for Smash Brothers taking stocks, being the last one alive, or for any shooter games trying to defend or attack an objective.
Mm-hmm. So, how many games are there in the esport world?
Ooh, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes down to what is popular, though, in a high school and collegiate level, it usually comes down to 3 or 4. So Smash Brothers has been picking up any fighting game, Tekken, usually Tekken or Street Fighter. Those two are the most popular. They're also backed by the developers.
There's Valorant, there's CSGO. Those are the 2 big shooter ones. Overwatch 2. That recently came out. That's a big hit right now.
So, you go into an esports tournament, Dorian, Mr. Gregory, Andrew, and then I'll go to you, Dorian. What games are you playing, and is there a limit of the amount of games you get to play per tournament? But what games are you playing?
There isn't a limit. I am one of the few players in our team that is called a flex player, which can play multiple games. I play Super Smash Bros., Valorant, and Overwatch. And back years ago, I used to play those a bunch, so it was kind of like home to me, basically.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, for me, for right now, I'm only a Smash player right now. But right now, I'm what is considered an underdog player. Is pretty much a player who started out very bad, but is progressively getting better at a faster rate.
No, that's pretty cool. So, Coach, tell me, describe what a tournament looks like, right? Whether it's called a tournament or a match, if you're playing against someone else. Tell me how many games are out there. Tell me how many people are on your team. Just kind of give me that elementary or low-level version of what that looks like.
Okay, so Smash tournaments are usually where we actually, at least in the league we play in, Oklahoma Esports League, OESL for short, are the tournaments that we will physically go to more often than our PC games. PC games, we play our matches online. So on the Smash side, for example, we just went this weekend to Deer Creek High School. So different high school or centers will host the tournament. They have a setup of 10 setups, and the setup consists of a Switch and a monitor. And then usually controllers are provided by the players / schools that are going to compete in. And then it's like your average bracket. You got top seed, first seed, who usually is the one that's more probable to win. And then you got all the way down to the last seed, who unfortunately will have to play that top seed. On Super Smash Brothers, it's double elimination. So that means you get 2 lives technically. You got winner side, loser side. If you get knocked down to losers, you still have a chance to make a loser's run. And then as you progress, of course, matches get harder, teams get more skilled, and depending on what level you're at, it gets a little bit more fun to watch. Now on the PC side, we have up until our playoffs what we call Swizz seeding. So after each round, you get paired off with someone who has the same record you do. So everyone's going round 1, 0-0 teams. If you win, next round you'll face 1-0 teams. If you win again, 2-0. If you lose, 2-1. So that we get top 4 in each region, which is a total of, we have 4 regions: Northwest, Northeast, Southwest, and Southeast. And then those top 4 teams of each region go off to playoffs, where they will play in person at the state event, which is usually this semester in December.
Gotcha. That's really cool. So you're a flex player, so you can play multiple games. But tell me what your favorite game is and why.
Favorite game in esports or
esports?
Esports. Okay.
Yes, esports.
Yeah. It would probably have to be Super Smash Bros. Because I kind of grew up around it. My brother, he's a top player in the state, so I kind of get that.
Is he at Northwest as well?
No, he's much older.
Gotcha.
He plays in actual tournaments for money, so
okay.
I kind of get that from him.
So let's talk about money real quick, and I'm coming to you, Dorian. But Andrew, What does that money stuff look like in this esport? Because I've been looking for a side gig.
It can be from Little Caesar gift cards, or it could be thousands of dollars. Up in pro player league, it's millions and it's huge, and it's only getting higher.
Wow. So Dorian, what are your aspirations as it relates? No, let's start back. Tell me your favorite game and why, and then we'll talk about the money. Because I want to show me the money.
Well, as I said, it's right now it's only Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Gotcha.
And I didn't really grow up on it like Andrew did. I just started out with it, and I'm just progressively trying to get better because next year he's graduating, so I'm gonna have to get a lot better if I'm want to go on trips to gaming tournaments, competitions. Sure. So I want to try to reach those dreams by training more, getting more practice in, studying, taking notes on certain matches that I want to watch, and I plan on being one of the best players in the state.
Cool beans. So, Coach, let me ask you this question. Mm-hmm. At one point in our lives, we were taught that, games were bad, just too much, you're not doing anything. Now they're making millions of dollars. Mm. Let me ask this question. What are some of the things that they're learning in this esport gaming industry that really can be applied to their lives? Like, what transferable skills are they learning?
I think I'm going to actually pass that to Dorian. So a big reason why I brought Dorian is he's not actually on our team just yet. He's still a sub, a bench player. But the reason why I brought him here today is because he is our most improved player since last year.
Wow.
Yep. And so I'm actually going to let him answer that question because he's a living example of what esports can do.
So what have you learned? What transferable skill have you learned?
Well, I have learned some hand-eye coordination, which also helps me in one of my other classes, band, because right now I'm a percussionist. So since I'm playing the keys right now, it helps me with playing on a Joy-Con, helps me locate what type of keys I need to play. Because if I play the wrong key, I might mess up. If I input the wrong moves in, I might fall off and die. So far, esports has helped me with my notes. I've learned how to write faster. I've learned how to rephrase it to make it shorter. So far, also, I've become more social with people in class. Mainly thanks to Andrew and another kid in our class named Brian. He's another one of the best players. They're usually sometimes joking a lot, so that kind of caught on to me, so it helped me become more social in class, helped me focus more, and I kind of think of it as a way to hype me up.
Yeah. Sure. So, Andrew, what do you think playing esports has really done for you?
Oh, man, it's done multiple things. I used to be really introverted. I used to be a shy little kid,
You can't tell me that right now.
Yeah, but now, throughout my whole years of high school with the esports and everybody in there, man, I would still say I'm on the quiet side, but I love to talk. And I realize that.
Sure.
People aren't scary,
Gotcha.
But, man, other than that, that's the biggest thing.
So, all right, tell me your favorite moment in your esport career thus far.
This far, I would say making it to state from last weekend. So, last weekend when we went to Deer Creek, it was a qualifier for state, and we made it high enough to get qualified. So later in the winter, we're going to go to state.
Wow. So the team qualifies. How many people are on a team?
So for this season, we are doing for Smash Brothers what we call crew battles. And so it is a 3-person versus 3-person crew. And how a crew battle works is pretty much kind of like last man standing. Each player gets 3 lives, and so total on the team there's 9 lives. You have player 1 or Team A versus Team B, their first player. Let's say Team A knocks out Team B, they got 2 lives left. So then they start the next one versus the next team's player. With those 2 lives, they have to fall off the stage once to start. But then it's a fresh 3 versus their 2.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So last man standing wins. This season we have up to 3 teams, and so we have a Team A, Team B, Team C. Andrew is part of our Team A, and at the Deer Creek High School qualifier, they placed second, losing to Edmond Memorial. Not a bad team to lose to. They took we have a freshman player, his name's Michael, and he basically took on their whole team, six stocks without losing one. But the thing about
us
Edmond,
Michaels are special.
yes, yes. And the thing about Edmond Memorial's A team is they also have the best player overall in the state. And that's not just in high school, but also on the Pro-Am side, too. He's #1 in the state, been #1 I believe this whole year. And so
he's already making money? He's got an NIL deal?
Not yet.
Okay,
At least
okay.
I don't know. I don't know just yet. But he has been sponsored before. He's taken names from top 100 players in the world, and so that player is the real deal.
Gotcha.
And so my A team took him down to last stock, last hit, and what that means is both last stock, last hit. They're both on their last life. In Smash Brothers, you have percentage, and so the higher percentage you are, the more likely you're going to get knocked off screen.
Sure.
And so it comes down to that last hit, nail biter type of stuff. And so A-team, we got some good players on there.
Cool, cool. Now, how long does this game last? Now, clearly I think it could go pretty fast if someone is just much more better than the other person, but typically speaking.
It depends on the game, but for Smash Bros, there's a time limit. 7 minutes, and when time runs out, the person with lower percentage, they win. But usually, like you said, the better player usually beats the person faster. But with the crew battles, you kind of have to play more safe because your stocks are at risk, your lives. And even if you're being really cocky, going for stupid things, you're better, blah, 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 you can still lose to them. I did that personally, and it happens.
Yeah. So do you guys have aspirations to go collegiately? And talk to me a little about that, about the scholarship opportunities that are available for esports now.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, you can start, and then I can come to the guys.
Okay, so it really depends on the university. So I know majority of the big universities, OCU, Oklahoma City University, UCO, University of Central Oklahoma, OU, OSU, I think even ECU, they all have some kind of esports team or are developing an esports team where they do get a scholarship for being on it, and it's not just being a player. Just last week we had the esports coordinator for Oklahoma City University visit us, and they mentioned that they're not just looking for players, they're looking for people to help manage the team, like managers, or people to help with production, whether it is maintaining stream or broadcasting, shoutcasting, or even marketing, because that's really what pro gamers do. Is the best part about them is that they can reach an audience and be able to market themselves or market other products in order to bring in the money.
Sure. So, Andrew and Dorian, do you look at this as a real viable opportunity to go to college as you continue to get better?
Yeah, even last year, SWASU, they held a tournament, and first place got a free scholarship there, and you could just get scholarships like that.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Yep. Dorian, what about you? You think this is an opportunity maybe for you to go to college?
Yeah, yes. I think it might be one of many opportunities I could take to go to college. I could probably major in it. Just like in another one of my classes, as I said, I was in band before. That's what I plan on doing, majoring in esports and in band. But as he said, I think I might be trying to go to OCU.
Sure. That's really cool. So, Coach, tell me a little bit about this professional. And I know Andrew's brother is a professional player, but what does that look like?
So what it could look like is, the difference between high school level and collegiate level and then pro level is going to be the amount of time that they put into it.
Sure.
So let's say there's usually pro gamers, like, this is their thing. They will put in anywhere from 5 to 8 hours a day in order to maintain their consistency, maintain their mechanics, their knowledge of the game, keep up with the game, because games, the difference between games, esport-wise, and like football is games can have an update and patch, and what those do is it can change the mechanics of the game just in one night.
Gotcha.
Versus like usually to get a rule change in like baseball or football, it takes a whole panel, it's a whole process. It can happen, but it's a little bit more complicated.
Gotcha.
And so it really comes down to the hours they put in, how much they have to work to market themselves, constantly content create, or be able to put on a persona that is likable to the media. Because if not, then they're not going to be getting any deals or anything like that because they can't sell.
Gotcha. That's really cool. Hey, I know we're going to take off here in a minute, but tell me who out there in the esports world and in your family and school, who would you like to say thank you to for helping you have some success in this esports world?
I would definitely say my brother. He's definitely been around games much longer than me. And
well, tell him to loan me $20 since he's got all this money.
I'll let him know. No.
Cool beans. What about you, Dorian?
Well, for me, I'd probably like to say thank you to Mr. Martinez and Andrew and all the upperclassmen in esports. I'd like to thank all the teachers who helped me get into the sport. It's been a really fun ride for me.
That's cool. It really sounds like it, and I'm so happy and glad for you, man. Look like you've made some tremendous strides, and you're finding yourself in this esport world. So I'm so happy to hear just the excitement in your voice. Coach, who out there would you like to say thank you to?
I got to give thanks to two of my previous coaches, Coach Ben, who actually coaches Smash Brothers at UCO, and Coach, his tag is Lorenzo, who is the organization I play for coaches. I play for V Family.
Gotcha. Well, listen, we've learned more about esports on tonight. I hope that you guys do not fuss at your children for playing these games. Even though Smash Brothers sounds dangerous and shooting stuff, I think I might try.
Yeah, trust me, it's not dangerous. It's a lot of fun.
Once you fall into that rabbit hole, man.
Thank you for tuning in to the OKCPS Coaches Show here at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods, Bedford's Photography, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Impressions Printing, Metrotech Technology Centers, Kai's Concepts, Perry Publishing and Broadcasting, and the Oklahoma City Dodgers Foundation. Don't forget, LA Chargers taking the New York Jets down tonight. Have a great night. I'll see you next Monday.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune in to my show, Super Prep Live. Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.